Women have been warriors throughout history, often underestimated but always undeterred. Their tales of bravery, cunning, and resilience echo through the ages, from the battlefields of ancient kingdoms to the front lines of modern warfare. These women soldiers, hailing from diverse cultures and backgrounds, have left indelible marks on military history, their contributions often overlooked in the grand narrative. Their heights, weights, and weapons of choice varied, but their courage was universal. Join us as we journey through time, exploring the stories of 10 remarkable women soldiers. Our journey begins in 15th century France with the legendary Joan of Arc. A peasant girl from Domremy, Joan rose to prominence during the tumultuous period of the Hundred Years' War. She claimed to have visions from saints, urging her to support Charles VII and recover France from English domination. Despite her diminutive stature, standing only 5 feet 2 inches tall, Joan was a force to be reckoned with on the battlefield. Her weapon of choice? A sword and a banner, symbols of her faith and her fight. Joan's journey was not without peril. Accused of heresy, she was eventually burnt at the stake, achieving martyrdom at the tender age of 19. But her spirit was not extinguished. Joan's bravery and faith left an indelible mark on history, forever immortalizing her as a symbol of French resistance. Next, we travel to 17th century Angola, where Queen Nzinga Mbande reigned supreme. This fearless queen is best remembered for her fierce resistance against Portuguese colonialism. Her strategic brilliance was reflected in her political and military tactics, which kept the Portuguese at bay for the better part of her reign. She was a force to be reckoned with, a queen who could also be a formidable warrior. Her physical attributes, including her height and weight, remain a mystery, adding a layer of intrigue to her persona. However, we know that her weapons of choice were the spear and, interestingly enough, diplomacy. Nzinga was a master negotiator, often using her diplomatic skills to gain advantage over her adversaries. Her reign was marked by her relentless struggle for freedom and her refusal to let her kingdom fall into the hands of the colonizers. Nzinga's reign embodied fearless resistance and strategic brilliance, proving that a queen can also be a formidable warrior. Our next stop is 13th century India, home to the fiery Queen Padmini of Mewar. Known for her beauty and bravery, Padmini played a key role in the defense of Mewar against the formidable Sultan Alauddin Khilji. Her valor was not defined by her physical stature, as her height and weight remain unknown to history. Instead, her weapon of choice was her indomitable spirit, a sword of courage that she wielded with a fearless heart. Padmini's story is one of defiance and dignity. When the walls of her kingdom were breached and defeat became inevitable, she chose to meet her end in a tragic yet heroic act of self-immolation known as Jauhar. In the face of adversity, she held her honor above all else, choosing to perish in flames rather than fall into enemy hands. Padmini's tale is a poignant testament to the spirit of resistance and the high price of honor. We sail next to the rough seas of 16th century Ireland, ruled by the pirate queen, Grace O'Malley. Born into Irish nobility, Grace was more at home on the deck of a ship than in a court. Grace's maritime exploits became legendary. She commanded a fleet, plundering ships and defying the English rule that sought to suppress her people. Standing at approximately 5 feet 5 inches, with a weight shrouded in history's mystery, Grace was a formidable presence. Her weapons of choice? A sharp cutlass in her hand and an even sharper ship beneath her feet, both extensions of her indomitable will. Grace's defiance didn't stop at sea. She sailed to England and negotiated with Queen Elizabeth I herself, demanding the respect and autonomy of her people. Grace O'Malley's life on the high seas tells a tale of courage, cunning, and a relentless pursuit of independence. We now journey to 19th century Japan, where samurai woman Nakano Takeko defied societal norms. Born into a samurai family, Takeko's life took a dramatic turn during the Boshin War. She didn't just take part in the conflict, she led from the front, commanding a unit of female warriors known as the Joshitai. Takeko was a master of martial arts, with a particular proficiency in handling the naginata, a traditional Japanese blade. This weapon, coupled with her tactical brilliance, made her a formidable opponent on the battlefield. Standing at approximately 5 feet 3 inches tall, her physical stature was less imposing than her indomitable spirit. In the face of defeat, Takeko chose to die honorably by her own hand rather than be taken captive. Her death is a poignant reminder of the samurai code of honor, Bushido, which she upheld till her last breath. Nakano Takeko's story is one of honor, skill, and defiance, reminding us that the samurai spirit knows no gender. Our final stop is the battlefields of World War II, where Soviet sniper Lyudmila Pavlichenko made her mark. Born to a Russian family in Ukraine, Lyudmila stood at an approximate height of 5 feet 6 inches. Her weight remains unknown, but her weapon of choice was the formidable Mosin Nagant M1891 rifle. Pavlichenko was no ordinary soldier. She was a force to be reckoned with, credited with 309 confirmed kills, making her one of the deadliest snipers in history. Her steely resolve and pinpoint accuracy made her an invaluable asset to the Red Army during some of the most grueling battles of the Second World War. But her contributions didn't end with the war. After hanging up her rifle, Pavlichenko became an advocate for women's rights, campaigning for equality in the Soviet Union and beyond. Lyudmila Pavlichenko's sharpshooting skills and bravery under fire have earned her a place in the annals of military history. These stories of women warriors remind us that courage and strength know no gender. From Joan of Arc's brave stand in Orleans to Nzinga Mbande's fearless reign, from Rani Padmini's fiery resistance to Grace O'Malley's piratical defiance, from Nakano Takeko's samurai spirit to Lyudmila Pavlichenko's deadly precision. Each of these women carved out their place in military history, leaving indelible marks of their extraordinary valor. These 10 women and countless others have shaped the course of history, proving that a soldier's spirit isn't defined by gender, but by courage, resilience, and an unyielding will to fight.